For the last 2 years, I've spent 25,000 euros for a food bill. It cannot last longer. 1,000 euros a month for Austria, it's enormous for 2 grown-ups. So I implemented a system, these 8 rules that helped me to save a lot of money. Now I spend, instead of 1,000 a month, I spend 300 or 400 only. And honestly, I think we started eating more healthier than it was before. So if you have a problem with your spendings, if you overspend, if you cannot control your bills for food, stick till the end of this video and I will share with you some tips how you can actually save money. So the first 2 rules are pretty simple, but they can really save you a lot of money. I want to combine them because they're about your grocery shops. And the first one is about buying food in the cheaper shops. In the long run, it's a lot of money. For example, if you buy your groceries weekly, 4 times a month for 130 euros, if you will reduce it by 30 euros, only 30 euros to 100, 30 euros less on the whole year, for the whole year will cost you in the end 1,500 euros less. So by only changing the place where you go to buy your groceries and doing nothing else, you already can save to 1,500 euros per year. It will cost you only maybe 10-12 minutes that you will go to the other direction, to the other shop, but in the long run it's a lot of money. And the other one is using the apps of your shop. They have a lot of discounts and sales, so they can also save you a lot of money. If they will save you at least 10% a year, in a year, it's another 1,000, at least 1,000 euros, which is incredibly a lot for doing almost nothing. You just need to scan your app. I don't want to advertise the apps or the shops. You know which the shops are cheaper in your region, which apps you can use, and so on. But be careful with these applications because they are promoting you a lot of stuff that's new in the shop. If you want to avoid consumerism, buying only the things you need, use these apps carefully and pay attention to what things you buy. Let's talk now about some real business, and let's start with budgeting. There are different budgeting systems. I don't want to talk a lot about it. I'll tell the system that we use. It's called 60-20-20. 60 for your essentials, for your absolutely needs. It's meat, it's vegetables, it's fruits, it's dairy, side dishes. You know what your essentials, what will keep you healthy and happy, and so on. The other 20% are your wants. It's for chocolates, coffee, the other stuff, ice creams, the things that will reward you for being in this budget system. Spend 20% on it. And the other 20% are reserved if you already exceed your 60s on your essentials and something happened. You forgot to buy another rolls of toilet paper, you forgot to buy the toothbrush or so, use these 20%. Once again, 60s for your absolute needs, 20s for your wants, another 20s reserved for something unpredictable. After you set up your budget, go and plan a menu. No, not like in restaurant, but go sit alone or with your partner and discuss what you want to eat next week. If you want to eat chicken, rice, pasta, doesn't matter. Just discuss, talk. It's really easy to calculate how much you eat, how much you spend. The more idea is to fit in your budget with menu you created. Another tip on top of it, that if you will have a menu, try to fit your first, second day of your menu with the leftovers from the previous week. If there are something, chicken, so plan the next menu will start with chicken and rice, or chicken and pasta, or something like this. So don't let the leftovers still be in the fridge and you'll just throw them away, and people losing a lot of money just throwing food away that they didn't eat. Create a menu. You have a budget, create a menu, fit in your menu into your budget, use leftovers for the first couple of dishes in your menu. It will save you a lot of money. So you have your budget, you have your menu. What to do next? Create a shopping list. So reverse engineer the menu that you have created and discuss with your partner. Understand what food you need to buy in order to cook these dishes. Then create a list and go with it to the supermarket. You can use app, you can use a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. Just have it with you before you enter the supermarket. You already must know what you will buy. I don't use any specific app. I use the Google Task. I'm now trying to implement my own app in order to have the features that I really want to have there. Please write me in the comment how your favorite ideal wishlist application should look like, and maybe I'll implement it in my own app and we can use it together. back to the shopping list. So you have your shopping list, go for the supermarket. So for example, how I do this, I'm using Google Task. I have my shopping list, then I open also a calculator where I calculate how much I've already spent just by putting this food into my cart. So for example, I entering the supermarket, I'm buying firstly vegetables, 3 euros for vegetables, plus then I go to a meat, I buy chicken, so plus 7 euros for chicken, then eggs plus 2.5 for eggs. Always track how much you already spent on your food just by putting the food into your shopping cart, and don't buy anything except that you have in your list. If it's so hard for you, so you cannot stick with it and you always buy something that is not on your list, allow you to buy only the one thing that is not in the list, but only one. So only in this way you will save a lot of money by knowing what to buy before entering the supermarket. So we are done with the main things. Now just a trigger on top. You have your budget, you have your menu, you have your wish list. Now, how often should you buy your goods? We do this weekly, so we go there every week. For example, I realized that it's easy for us to do this on weekends because on weekends we have the whole day free and there is no rush into doing something. We are not tired after work. So on Friday evening, we talk about what we want to eat the next week. Then we reverse engineer this list of our menu into the shopping list. And on Saturday morning, we go to buy our groceries. Important stuff, don't go to the grocery shop when you are hungry. We always take a breakfast before going to the shop and only then we go buy our groceries. The only thing that you may concern is the size of the fridge. I know a lot of people, like I had this problem, we had a smaller fridge and we cannot fit everything in there. So maybe another tip, buy a little bit bigger fridge that you have if you want to have more food there and be prepared for the whole week. Another tip that I remember about some specific foods is cook soup. It saves incredibly a lot of money, honestly. So for example, last week we bought maybe 6 chicken legs, a little bit of vegetables, a little bit of pasta, and we cooked with it, I think 7 liters of soup or so. So we cooked it maybe for an hour or hour and a half, and we had like food for the whole week. We have been eating that once a day as a lunch, and it lasts us for 2 grown-ups the whole week. I don't know what's the other food can last for 2 grown-ups for the whole week with only 6 chicken legs. If you have something, if you know, please share it in the comments. I also want to try this. If you want to save money and eat healthy, cook the soup. Soup is cool. Be strong. Soup will save you money. And so this is the last tip, use TooGoodToGo apps. I was not sure if it's possible in every country. This is the reason this is the last tip. There are apps like TooGoodToGo. They are selling leftovers from shops, restaurants, groceries, and that will help you to save money. I tried it 2 times. I use it for Spar. I've been really satisfied with the result. I got a lot of salamis and salads and so, and we've been eating it for almost 2 days for only 10 euros, which I think is a pretty cool trade-off. To underline, use TooGoodToGo, pretty cool app. The link you can find in the description of this video. Use it, try it, share your experience in the comments, and remember, eat healthy and smart, or in the other case, your saved money will go for your medical prescriptions and the pills. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.